Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, so in this video we want to talk about narrative text. So the first is definition and purpose of narrative text. So narrative text is a type of the text to tell a story that has a series of connected chronological events. The use of the narrative text itself has several purposes such as entertaining, educating, telling, and conveying the author's experience, or as a medium to develop the imagination of the reader. So I think that's all for me.
There are three generic structures in the narrative text. The first one is orientations, or the opening of the text that contain the introduction of characters, introduction to background of time and place of the story. The sections also contain a general part that includes what, who, when, and where the story is told. The second one is complications or climax. In this section, the main character start experiencing conflict in his life, which is the peak of the conflict, and the main characters must resolve the conflicts. The third one is resolutions. In this section, usually marks the ending of the story or text. In this section, all the problem must be resolved by the main characters. In these sections also usually contain a moral message or moral value that we can, or advice that we can take from the story. The moral value is usually called a coda. In the essay, narrative text is usually contain a general structure that orientation, body paragraph, and conclusions.
Alright, I will explain the language features of narrative text. The first, past tense form. This refers to the time in which the story takes place or action that occurred in the past. Example, woke up, drank, ate, which indicate event or action that have happened before the current time in the story. Next, time adverbs. Time adverbs provide temporal context for event in the story. Example, once upon a time, today, yesterday, later, and will, which help readers understand when an event occurred. Next, time connectors. These are words that link various parts of the story in a specific chronological order. Example, when, then, suddenly, before, after, until, and soon, which help organize the sequence of events in the narrative. Next, specific characters. This refers to the use of story characters with clear identities known to the reader. For example, Cinderella, Alibaba, Snow White, Tangle, Ariel, and others are specific story characters known to me. Next, action verb. These are verbs that indicate action or activities performed by character in the story. Example, kill, work, live, and duck, which provide insight into what the characters are doing during the story. Next, direct speech. This refers to the speech report directly in the narrative, often using quotation marks to indicate that the character is speaking in the present tense. For example, the princess said, "My name is Princess," where the princess is speaking directly in the story. Next, verb of speaking and thinking. These are verbs used to convey characters' speech are thought, for instance, said, and thought. Are verbs commonly used to mark dialogue or thought or character in the narrative.
Okay, I will explain about the kind of narrative text, and I will give an example of fairy tale type narrative text. And then I will give a little explanation about the orientation, complication, resolution in the Cinderella story. Let's see the example of narrative text on Cinderella story. we are introduced to the main characters, Cinderella, and the background of her unfair life because she has life with her cruel stepmother and stepsisters. It provides an initial understanding the situation and main characters in the story. The second complication section, we see the main conflict the story. Cinderella is not allowed to go to the place party by her stepmother. This shows the main obstacle faced by Cinderella in achieving her desire to go to the ball. However, then he gets help from a magical fairy which becomes turning point the story. And the last, the resolution section. Describe how Cinderella managed to overcome this obstacle and achieve her goal of understanding the place ball. He managed to attract the prince's attention and finally found his lost glass slipper. With the help of the glass slipper, the prince was able to find Cinderella and they finally got married. This resolution provides a happy ending for Cinderella after going through various obstacles and difficulties.